The goal of an e-commerce application is a transaction that is accurately processed and recorded. Today, we are going to build a production-ready PayPal payment flow in PHP, tracking the entire lifecycle on your own server. Many developers rely on pre-packaged PHP software development kits, but many of those official repositories are now archived or deprecated. Integrating directly with PayPal's Orders v2 REST API allows you to maintain your code according to the current API specification without waiting for third-party library updates. This architecture relies on 3 pillars: generating the order on your server, redirecting the buyer for approval, and capturing funds server-side, validated by Webhooks. To implement this, you'll need PHP 8.1 Plus with curl and JSON extensions, Composer 2, and a PayPal developer account. Establishing this modern baseline ensures that the code you write in development will behave predictably when moved to a live production server. Step 1 is setting up the Sandbox environment. Log in to the PayPal developer dashboard and locate the Sandbox toggle to ensure all actions remain in the testing environment. Navigate to the Apps and Credentials menu. Create a new application, and PayPal will provide a unique client ID and client secret for your project. Store these credentials in your environment variables. Do not hard-code them into your PHP source files, as this keeps your secrets out of your version control system. Next, go to the Sandbox Accounts tab. PayPal generates 2 testing personas for you: a personal account to act as the buyer, and a business account to act as the merchant. Using these specific Sandbox personas ensures that your development code and test transactions remain isolated from real-world financial networks. To manage the API calls, create a PayPal client.php helper script. This handles the exchange of credentials for an OAuth token and points strictly to apim.sandbox.paypal.com during development. Next, write a createorder.php script. This executes a post request to the v2/checkout/orders endpoint, defining the transaction amount on the backend where it cannot be tampered with. If the request is successful, PayPal returns an HTTP 201 status, a unique order ID, and an array of HTTPS nativation links. Within the JSON response, locate the rel/approve URL. This redirects the buyer to authorize the payment. If you attempt to capture funds before this finishes, PayPal returns an error. The buyer must follow the approval link first. This is handled by your return.php script. Once the buyer authorizes the charge and returns to your site, this script triggers the final capture request to finalize the transaction. By managing order creation and the final capture exclusively on the backend, you prevent users from using browser tools to modify the transaction details. Modern integrations use webhooks for event notifications. While PayPal supports IPN, it is a legacy system. For Orders v2, webhooks are the standard. Register a webhook in your dashboard pointing to a publicly reachable, secure HTTPS endpoint on your server. Inside your webhook.php script, you must write logic that parses the incoming HTTP headers, the payload body, and your webhook ID to verify that the message was sent by PayPal. Submit this data to PayPal's verification endpoint. Your application should only update its internal order status if you receive a positive response. The dashboard's webhook simulator is useful for testing payload handling, but it cannot test signature verification. The simulator does not support post-back mock events. A verified webhook serves as the final confirmation for your application. If a user closes their browser window before the return script finishes, the webhook ensures your database accurately reflects the completed payment. Now, let's run a test. Start your local application, trigger the checkout, and log into the PayPal pop-up using your personal Sandbox account credentials. Once you approve the payment, you will be redirected back to your return.php script, which will execute the final capture. Check your local server output. You should see a JSON response confirming a finalized status. Now, log in to sandboxpaypal.com using your business Sandbox account to check the merchant ledger. When the merchant balance reflects the transaction, you have confirmed that every stage of the integration is functioning as intended. This 5-step deployment checklist outlines the technical changes required to move your integration into a production environment. Step 1. Change the API base URL to the live api.m.paypal.com host. Step 2. Replace your Sandbox credentials with your live client ID and secret in your environment variables. Step 3. ensure your production PayPal account is a business account. Step 4. Update all return, cancel, and Webhook listener URLs to your live HTTPS production domains. Step 5. Add a PayPal request ID header to your post requests. This ensures idempotency, meaning if a network error causes a retry, PayPal will not process the same transaction twice. Using direct REST endpoints instead of third-party libraries results in a resilient infrastructure that is independent of external SDK maintenance cycles. You can find the full code snippets for this server-side integration in the description.